welcome back to the DIY brick pathway that is using every ounce of my energy. Hi guys, and welcome back. For those who missed it, we are making over this little area here. I'm putting down a brick pathway, patio kind of area. I don't really know what you call it, but we're doing this by ourselves, and if you missed it, go check out the first video because we did a lot. It's so hot here in North Carolina. It's so humid. But we painted the fence white. We added caps. We also painted the brick here white. It looks so fresh and good. And then we just randomly decided to clean this wall. A lot of you said use a power washer, which 100% I would have, but I just don't have one. And so I used a hose and a scrub brush. It worked just fine. And it honestly didn't take that long. It was very messy though. And then we dug out like 6 inches of rocks from this area. And I just want to answer a couple questions because I did have some people say, you know, why didn't you just dig out less rocks? Because you can use that as your base. This was just kind of, I feel like, topped up over time. So some areas there was like 4 inches, 3 inches, other areas had 6 inches. And so we just thought, you know what? Let's just go ahead and take everything out. It was really sunk over here by the porch steps, so that didn't even have anything out of it yet. And so, yeah, we just took all the rocks out. We thought that would be better. So today we're gonna take out the dirt. We are gonna be using a paver base. I'll talk more about that later. It is essentially a piece of, I don't know what it's made out of, foam or something strong. And that way you don't have to dig as deep because I can't dig anymore. So yeah, I'll talk about that later, but for right now we're just gonna get some more dirt out of here, and then we might have to pause because we are going on vacation. I'm so excited to go to Dollywood, so fun. And I don't really want to leave sand here for the cats because if you missed it, this used to be the cat's bathroom, our stray cat's bathroom. So I'm not gonna give them a big old sand pit to poop in while we're gone. Anyways, we're gonna get some dirt out of here, see how far we can get. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So let's get to digging.
Okay. She's saying that this is only for adults, but Harvey's not an adult, okay? Show how to use a shovel. So I'm gonna find him. Oh, and besides, the one for me and my dad.
Okay guys, it has not been that long. We are sweating already. So we thought that the gravel, we is me, my brain. I thought the gravel was gonna be the hard part. Unfortunately, it's not. They're probably equally as hard, but I'm just tired. So we have very rocky soil where we are, but we also have clay soil here in North Carolina. And what I thought originally was bricks underneath all of this is actually just seriously compacted clay because, let me see if I can, yeah, here. When I was digging at first, I thought, oh, that's brick, but then I was like, how is that put together? That's so random. It's just chunks of solid clay. This area obviously doesn't get water because it's covered, and so the clay has just kind of formed into its own little rock, which is so annoying. And so we were breaking our necks just trying to get like 2 feet, like nowhere. With the rocks with Brad, it was so much faster. This was going nowhere. So I was like, this is not working. So he ran to Lowe's and we're gonna get a tiller and try and loosen up the rocks and hopefully break up some of the clay and then make it a bit easier. I really want to get all of this dirt out of here before we go away because I just don't want to come back and do this. So he went to go get that, and in the meantime, when I spilt all that paint last week, tripped over a rake. So it's splattered all over our gate, and I have a bruise to prove it, but it's splattered all over our gate, and so I'm just gonna take the time now in the hot sun and pick that off because it needs to happen anyways, and it's kind of pointless for me to be shoveling dying when hopefully help is on the way. So let's do that while he goes and gets the saving grace. Brad, you glad you helped me? No, this is unbelievable. Who'd have thought? Brad in the dirt. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be the reason why. Gotta come walk out the door. Seeing that pile of the rocks. Kick rocks! Deep rocks. Instead of digging in the middle, just come back. Start beginning. And then quit! Okay guys, let's have a little chat. You guys can clearly tell I'm running out of steam. So we got the tiller to till up the dirt, which is helping. We definitely would not have been able to hand shovel this. Like, it's crazy how packed it is, especially in the one middle area. But Brad was kind of looking around as he's doing this, and he said, Courtney, like, you know, we've got one corner over here that's pretty much where we need it to be. And then he started following the bricks, and I'll show you guys. But where the rock was, it was so high, but then it goes down this way, which would probably just be from rainfall. Our backyard is on a little bit of a slope, like just slightly, where the rain does wash away that way. But we're trying to combat this the other way, of having this part be the high point and having the water go away from the house. And so he's looking and he says, Courtney, like, we are still like almost 2 full bricks that we have to go down in order to be level with the beginning part of this. And not only that, but then he was looking at the steps that I'm sitting on and where it matches up with the concrete coming off of the house, that little steps off of the porch. And he's like, Courtney, you're a brick below that. So what that means is this is hard. But what that means, and we couldn't have known this, like, we couldn't really have known this. Maybe a professional would have been able to have seen it, but because the rocks were so high on the brick, we just didn't know. We just didn't know. So anyways, what this means is that we would have to dig a significant, by have to, would, I mean we will have to dig a significant amount to get this level downwards. Now the only other issue though is that this is several, like, this is like a half a foot drop down from our driveway. So I feel like that's gonna cause water to pool. I don't know. I really don't know, you guys. If I could go back in time, I would start with an excavator. I just would have paid for the excavator and done all this. But now we're at the point where it's like, okay, we've done 90%, maybe 85% of the work without an excavator, without a skid steer, and so I don't want to rent one. But at the same time, like, this is hard. This is so hard. And you guys always liked for me to be transparent. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, literally. And so I'm just like, we've got a lot to do today, and we have this machine. So we're just gonna kind of use it until we need to go return it, and then kind of see where we're at, and then stop because we need to pack and all that stuff. I also just don't know what to do about the whole situation of it being unlevel, like, significantly. It's not so much coming off of the porch that matters, it's the fact that we had concrete poured for the fence that we put in, and you can see it because it's level with the porch step and it's ugly. Sorry, I think this is the slowest I've ever talked on this channel because I'm drained. So prayers, please. And I believe God's outside of time. So even though you're seeing this after it's happening, if you just say a quick prayer, I feel like God will work it all out. So anyways, you'll see what we end up doing. I have a big suspicion we're going to end up renting a skid steer, and I really don't want to pay that money. But I bet it would get this done in like 15 minutes as opposed to like another week. Stay tuned. Hi guys, we're back from Dollywood. It was a great trip. It was great, but I forgot the part where we'd be walking around in 100-degree heat, sweating every little bit of ourselves off for 10 hours a day. So I was not rejuvenated after this trip. In fact, I was quite exhausted. So I did nothing Saturday and Sunday. Well, not nothing. I did have last week's video where we did some updates in the girls' bedroom just to keep me inside a little bit cooler, a little less manual labor. Check that video out if you haven't already. You guys are so sweet. You guys love the little name banner. And yes, Molly does look so much like me as a child. Anyways, so yeah, we are back here, and I left off saying with you guys, like, I don't really know if we're still gonna be digging this by hand. And we did, my husband and I decided last you saw us that we were going to just rent the machine and dig the rest out, and it would probably take 15 minutes, but it would be worth the $350 it would cost. But he can't do that till Friday because that's when he has the next day off, and we were just way too much going on Saturday getting back from our trip, and then Sunday we were just beat. So because of that, I'm just gonna see how far I can get, and if by Friday I can have this space cleared out, then we will not rent the machine and we will save our money. But I think I'm really forgetting how exhausting this is. So anyways, I'm just gonna chip away. It is extremely humid and hot. It's 95 today. It's supposed to be hot all week. So we'll just see. We'll just see. I need to go get some water, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just see. I think my first goal is to try and get this side down by the brick, and then I'll know how much more dirt I need to take out in the middle. But my goal for today is excavating this line. The broken, whatever this is. Not an animal steak, but we already found 2 of these in this dirt. I think this is the 3rd one, but it just has stuff all over it. But the shape is similar. Even better, it's a bone. Okay, so now that I have...
Mommy?
Yes? Y'all, the great thing about having 2 girls close together, for me anyways, is that they love throwing like fake restaurant lunches. And so they come out like, Mom, can we make this, that, or the other for lunch and have a little restaurant? I'm like, you do you, girl. You do you. All right, anyways, okay, so I have all of the dirt cleared away just so I can visually see where the dirt level needs to be. And in case I didn't say it yet, if you kind of saw in that clip, the reason why we're doing so much digging is because of how high up the rock actually was. And it looks like also that, you know, you want everything to be sloped away from the house. And I already told you that the backyard does that just naturally. But it looks like the way that they did the rocks, and probably just over time, the water would have come from this part of the house and gone that way. And so then the rocks are like higher up here, lower down there, but we want them higher up here and lower down there. So that's why we had to dig so far down. So far down. So now what I'm gonna do is quit. I'm just kidding, got you. So now what I'm gonna do is try and start from this end and getting the dirt where I want it. I am not going to be doing the rock layer for this because I don't want to kill myself, but also because I don't want to dig so much. So, because I would still have to go down another 4 inches from like where I need to go plus where we would need to go. So, also, you guys can see this is like clay soil, and we actually don't have basements in North Carolina because it's so tough to dig. I'm doing that. I'm digging. So, anyways, Courtney, you're like, get to the point already. So what I'm going to do is...
Mom?
Yeah?
My purse might be in the car. Can I check?
It's not in the car. It's all good, you guys. Just a little hot. So what I'm going to do is you can get a paver base. It's thin and essentially it takes the place of having to dig all that rock. So I think this is our best option, and I'll show you guys that when I get it, but I kind of want to have that on hand, and then I can measure from that the brick and the ½ inch of sand that I need to do underneath it. And I need to get, let's see if I have brick. I need to get the sand. I feel like I probably could have put this on Facebook and been like, someone dig this out and I'll pay them $200. Hindsight 2020. Okay, you guys. Alright, I think I've gotten to pretty much almost a point where if we get the tiller again, it'll make this much easier. It made the soil a lot fluffier, even though there are still so many rocks and chunks of clay. It was a lot easier to scoop. And so I think before, like, mentally not being able to see the line of where we needed to go was just exhausting me. Plus we'd already been doing it for a while, so I was exhausted. So I feel much better today. Hello, who knows about tomorrow. So I think if I just do a little bit more, we'll probably pause and get the tiller again. I might just have Brad get it like tomorrow after school and just get it done. And I think that hopefully that should be it, because there also are like lower spots in the dirt where it might not be up to the wall to the left, but in the middle it's less, and so I don't want to dig too deep. So I think if we got the tiller and till it all up, that would kind of help give me more of a better idea where we're going with this. But I think we're close, you guys. I think I can do this by hand. And also, please don't let this deter you from doing this project. This is insanity. You know, we took out the original gravel, and had I known what this was, just start with a machine and this would be so much simpler. And unless you live in North Carolina, your soil should be a lot easier than this soil. Anyways, you guys, okay, so I think we're gonna pause for today, wait till we can get the tiller, but depending on when that happens, we'll probably pick up painting the other fence / the back side of this fence that we can reach in the meantime, because I just want to keep moving, and hopefully when you guys see this on Sunday, we're at least at sand level. That's my hope. Maybe putting some bricks down, who knows. Yeah, babe. Watch your head, big chunk. Okay, I figured it was time for check-in. I came out here I think like 9:30. It's now 12:14. I did have a little lunch break, but came right back out. So, you guys, this is insanity. But it's all good. I feel better about it today because I feel like I can see progress happening. I don't know. I think I just was burnt out before we went on the trip. So, The tiller is tilling, but unfortunately it's mainly just bringing everything up in chunks. It's not really giving me like a ton of loose, easy, light, breezy CoverGirl soil to dig up. And so the other issue that's causing is that it's making the like dirt uneven, because like normally I feel like you would till and it would kind of do it all as it goes, but this is there's a neighbor. Anyways, but this is just bringing up chunks, so it's giving me a ton of uneven crevices. It kind of looks like the surface of the moon. And I'm also trying to make it so the house side is a little bit higher, so it runs that way, but also goes this way. I don't know. I feel like I can kind of sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm not quite sure if the light is like good or if it's a train about to hit me and knock me out. Wow. Harvey, are you working hard too?
Okay. Hi.
Okay, get back to work. You gotta earn that supper. Hello you guys. Obviously it did not get as far as I was hoping to by the beginning of this video. Just got way in over my head on this project, you guys. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. We've also had a lot of rain, which is no excuse because this is a covered area, but it's been raining like every single day and every single night. And so even if I wasn't wanting to work on the dirt area, I wanted to paint the fence for this video as well. Like how I painted this side, we have another gate on the other side that matches, and I wanted to get that painted, but I haven't been able to because it's been raining all night and then it's sunny in the day, but it's not enough to dry the wood out. You need it to dry for at least 24 to 48 hours, and we haven't had that. So I haven't been able to do that. I think we're at a place where we are now able to put down the sand. Well, we need to put down a landscape fabric, we need to put down the sand, and then we're gonna put down the paver base, and then we can do the bricks and the polymeric sand, and it is done, you guys. So I'm really hoping that I'm really praying that the next phase of this goes a lot faster, and that I'm hoping that next Sunday will be the completion of this area. Now, I was editing the video falling asleep. Can you tell that I have sleepy eyes? I'm so tired. I actually woke up, yesterday had planned on, today is Saturday, just coming out here and doing it. I was like, I think I can get this done and get this filmed for Sunday. And then yesterday was Brad's birthday. We had the best day, but I like made sure it was a good day, and so I was just, you know, running around doing all the things, getting it done, and then also waited last minute to do a birthday cake. It's totally fine. And then last night Harvey had a night terror, and so we were just up a little bit later than I was expecting, and my body, I just woke up this morning and it was like, just no, like you can't. And so I like paused and I said, okay, you guys have kind of gotten used to normal DIYs where I am not the channel where it's, hey, let me quickly do this video and give you guys like beginning to end. We are very much this is real-time progress here. And so that's what this is real-time progress. So today I said no, and clearly needed it because I fell asleep editing tomorrow's video. But while I was editing, I did have a pause of, did I slope this the right way? Because we did have someone come in earlier to quote us for a concrete driveway. So they would have done like the whole driveway, and then they would have done this entire area, and it was $13,000. And he said we would have to grade this like coming this way. Like he said towards the driveway, we'd have to restructure like the curb and all that stuff and the sidewalk and blah, blah, blah. So the whole reason that I'm doing this away from there is because he said that, and I totally trust his judgment. We've known him for a long time. But now the only thing that's pausing me though is I'm like, am I doing this correctly? Just because I'm going off of the lowest bricks here, which I think is correct, because if I were to go higher, it would almost make it like a very awkward step down because it's only a brick step down, like it's not like a full footstep. And so that's like kind of my starting point, and then I worked my way backwards. But now I'm like, should I have kind of gone more off the opposite way? And so then that way where we have like the gate and stuff, it's better there, and stairs. It's really hard because I'm working off of like 4 stepping points essentially. Like we've got this spot here, the steps I'm sitting on, the gate, and then the driveway. And so I'm just like, am I sloping this the right way? Like technically yes, because I'm sloping it where if we get this all sorted eventually with the driveway, like all the water would technically go out into the street. But then I'm like, should I kind of have sloped it 2 ways where water that falls can slope downwards this way and then the driveway that way, like almost have it level in the middle? So I won't be touching this project till Monday. So if you guys have anybody in your lives who can answer this question for me, let me know. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. As you can see, we are working through some things. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My family's running home down the street. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye guys. We'll figure this out.